Hey guys, welcome to the Kid and Dad Show. Today we are talking about Egypt. Where is Egypt? Kid and Dad Show. Subscribe. Hey guys, welcome to the Kid and Dad Show. I am Dad, and this is
Kid.
All right, and today, guys, we are going to talk about Egypt. Where is Egypt? Egypt is in North Africa. It's right by the Mediterranean Sea on the north of the country, and it also borders the Red Sea. The Red Sea, which is one of the smaller seas in that area, which separates Egypt and actually the Middle East. Okay, so Egypt is about it's a decent sized country. It's about 386,000 square miles, which is a considerable amount, and it has about I would say about 2,300 square miles of that is covered by water because Egypt has, of course, as I said, the river Nile running right through it. So it's in a great position. You can't talk about Egypt without mentioning one of three things, and one of them is the Suez Canal, which was actually man-made. So, do you know why they created the Suez Canal? Like a man-made canal, it's about 120 miles long, and people actually dug into the ground, into the desert, to make the canal and make water go into it. So do you know why? Do you remember why? We talked about it.
I forgot the other side of where they were supposed to go.
Yeah. So it used to be that before airplanes were invented, to ship goods around the world, you had to put them in ships, basically, and go on the ocean. And for that to happen, sometimes people would bring merchandise and take it from Asia, like India, for example, and take it to Europe. Now, the only way you could do that by ship is by going down into the Indian Ocean. So you would like go down the map. You have to go all the way down the east side of Africa. Go down to South Africa, and then go all the way back up to West Africa, and then to Europe. That's like 4,000 miles by ship. So they had to find a way to make it so ships could go straight by Egypt. But because there was no sea there, they had to actually build the Suez Canal, which is why that's important. And the Suez Canal is in Egypt, right next to, not far from Cairo, the capital. All right. So the other thing that we find in Egypt is it's like this: the pyramids. The pyramids, yeah. So the pyramids, and there are the Great Pyramids, which are three pyramids mostly that are known. People go to Egypt and then go see the pyramids, but there are really actually, to date, they found around 150 pyramids that were built as tombs for the pharaohs back in the ancient times.
Oh, that's keeping me the creeps.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. They used to bury kings into the pyramids when they died. That's why the pyramids were invented. All right, and so what is the capital of Egypt again?
The capital of Egypt is Cairo.
Cairo, yeah.
The language spoken in Egypt is mostly Arabic. That's the official language. English. A lot of people do a lot of English. And French. Widely understood by many.
Yeah, so that's what people speak mostly in, so English, French, and Arabic. So if you go there and you don't speak Arabic, you'll be able to still talk to people. A lot of them speak English. The other thing is, what is the climate like? So the climate is it's mostly in the desert, so it's really hot, and actually it's dry during the summers. Then the winters can get pretty cold because it's in the desert. The temperatures can get really hot. They can also be really, really cold. Well, how about we talk about the type of food that people eat there? So in Egypt, what they have several things that they eat, but some of the main dishes, the three main dishes actually are, one is called ful, which is, it's like a bean paste that they eat there. And of course, the other one is tahini, which is a sesame paste, and kushari, which is a mix of lentils, macaroni, rice, and chickpeas. And there's
Ooh.
also, yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, so we probably should, we'll put up a picture of it and what it looks like. It looks appetizing.
Don't,
So if you go to Egypt, you will, you like to, what if the picture is down here between us? So it's right here between us.
no, it's not.
Yeah, it'll be, all right. So those are the main foods that they eat in Egypt, right? Now, if you, what should people really do when they go to Egypt?
If you have the chance to go to Egypt, you should check the pyramids and maybe check on the Nile.
The mile run. I think I know what you mean. Right.
No.
All right. So that wraps up this episode of the Kid and Dad Show. So tune in next time for another episode of the Kid and Dad Show. And next time we are going to go to Kenya. And Kenya is also a very interesting country. And we're going to tell you where it is in Africa. And what should people do at this point? Subscribe and like the video. Hit the bell if you want to get notified of our next episodes, and we will see you next time when we talk about Kenya. Bye.
Goodbye.
Alright, so welcome back, guys. Today we are going to be talking about Egypt, like I mentioned before. And Egypt is in Africa. Where in Africa specifically? It's in North Africa. It's right by the Mediterranean Sea.
For the last time.
We are going to talk about Egypt today. So where on earth is Egypt? Egypt is actually in North Africa. It's in a place where it's actually right by on the north of Egypt. So on top of Egypt, you have the Mediterranean, I can't say it, Mediterranean Sea. So on the north of Egypt, you have the Mediterranean, I can't say it. That's funny.